You arrive in a new city, ready to explore its famous sights and hidden gems. The anticipation is palpable, the possibilities endless. You've planned your itinerary, marked the must-see attractions, and packed your sense of adventure. The city pulses with energy, a vibrant symphony of sounds and sights, a constant flow of movement that captivates and invigorates. Skyscrapers piercing the sky, symbols of ambition and progress. Taxis, a yellow river navigating the concrete canyons. Crowds, a sea of faces, each with their own story, their own destination. But between the landmarks, beyond the bustling avenues, another reality emerges, often unseen and unspoken. You notice people sleeping on cardboard, seeking refuge in the shadows of towering buildings. Faces marked by hardship, etched with stories of struggle and resilience. A young woman with a backpack, her eyes tired beyond her years, carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. It's uncomfortable, easy to look away, to pretend not to see the suffering that exists just steps away. But these are not just fleeting images, not just statistics or nameless faces in the crowd. They are people, neighbors without a neighborhood, individuals with dreams, hopes, and stories just like you. The contrast is stark. Luxury and struggle side by side, a jarring juxtaposition that challenges our perceptions. While you head to dinner or a show, enjoying the city's vibrant cultural scene, someone nearby is just trying to survive the night, battling the elements and the loneliness. This is the paradox of American cities, a tale of two worlds existing in the same space. Immense wealth, yet a growing crisis of homelessness, a stark reminder of the inequalities that persist. To truly know a city, you must see all its people, not just its triumphs, its monuments, and its celebrated landmarks. The story of a city is written on every face, housed or unhoused, each contributing to the complex tapestry of urban life. Seeing the struggle is as important as seeing the sights, acknowledging the challenges that many face within these city limits. Look past discomfort, see the humanity that connects us all, the shared experiences that bind us together, regardless of circumstance. This is where the real story begins, not just of a city, but of our shared humanity. Homelessness isn't a distant problem, it's everywhere. Over 650,000 people in the US are homeless on any given night. That's more than the population of cities like Miami. This crisis touches every demographic: veterans, families, young adults, seniors. The numbers are rising for the first time in history. A single event, a medical bill, job loss, rent hike, can push anyone over the edge. Many are working, raising families, living on the brink. They are not strangers, they are us. This is not just a policy failure, but a failure to see the people behind the numbers. Homelessness is about more than housing, it's about lost stability, safety, and hope. Each statistic is a person, a family, a story. It's a national tragedy unfolding every day. In New York City, a global hub of finance, culture, and innovation, the stark reality of homelessness persists, casting a shadow over the city's glittering skyline. The city that never sleeps is a harsh reality, not a romantic notion, for thousands struggling to find shelter and safety each night. The relentless energy of the city continues around them, a constant reminder of what they lack. You see people seeking warmth and refuge in the echoing depths of subway stations, a temporary escape from the biting cold and unforgiving streets above. Others find a place to rest, if they're lucky, in crowded shelters, often the only option available. New York's right to shelter policy, a landmark commitment, means a bed is promised to anyone who needs it. But the sheer scale of the crisis means the system is perpetually overwhelmed, stretched to its breaking point. Shelters are crowded beyond capacity, rules are strict and often dehumanizing, and uncertainty about the future is a constant companion. The path to stability feels impossibly long. Cross the country to Los Angeles, a city of sunshine and dreams, where the crisis of homelessness is not just visible but sprawling, a stark contrast to the city's glamorous image. Tent encampments line the underbellies of freeways and spill across parks, transforming public spaces into makeshift communities born of desperation. The epicenter of this crisis is undoubtedly Skid Row, a concentrated area of human suffering. The mild weather allows people to survive outside year-round, a factor that contributes to the scale of the problem. But mere survival isn't living. It's a constant battle against the elements and the dangers of the streets. Makeshift homes, constructed from scavenged materials, offer a fragile and often illusory sense of safety and security. In New York, homelessness is often compressed and hidden from plain sight, tucked away in the shadows of towering buildings, while in LA it's sprawling and exposed, an unavoidable reality that confronts residents and visitors alike. Both cities spend billions of dollars annually on programs and initiatives aimed at addressing the crisis, yet the homeless population continues to grow, and the crisis deepens, raising questions about the effectiveness of current strategies. In LA, encampments are frequently cleared by city crews, belongings are often lost or discarded in the process, and lives are further disrupted, perpetuating a cycle of displacement. Health hazards, from sanitation issues to the spread of disease, and the constant threat of violence are daily realities for those living on the streets. For many experiencing homelessness, the dream is surprisingly simple. A door that locks securely, providing a sense of safety and privacy, and a roof that doesn't leak, offering protection from the elements. The challenge of addressing this crisis is immense and multifaceted. How do we provide not just shelter, but dignity and a sense of safety and belonging for all members of our society? The crisis is deeply woven into the very fabric of both cities, a complex issue with no easy solutions. It's a daily confrontation with the stark reality of poverty existing side by side with immense wealth, a constant reminder of the deep inequalities that plague our society. The struggle is visible, urgent, demanding immediate attention and innovative solutions, and remains largely unresolved, a persistent challenge that requires a sustained and compassionate response. The dream for many is simply a safe place to call home, a sanctuary where they can rebuild their lives and find peace. In San Francisco, tech wealth and homelessness collide. The Golden Gate Bridge symbolizes progress, but the streets tell another story. Neighborhoods like the Tenderloin reveal struggles with addiction and mental illness. The tech boom drove housing costs sky high, pushing many onto the streets. Teachers, artists, and service workers are priced out. The vulnerable are left behind. In Seattle, another tech hub, the crisis is just as visible. RVs line industrial roads, tents fill parks near corporate campuses. Constant rain adds misery, soaking through what little people have. Billions have been spent, new programs launched, but the problem persists. Frustration grows. How can cities with so much wealth struggle with basic needs? The answer is complex. Economics, mental health, addiction, and a broken housing market. Compassion and resources exist, but solutions remain elusive. The crisis defines public debate and daily life. For travelers, the contrast is impossible to ignore. The struggle is a daily reality for thousands. To truly understand homelessness, we need to look beyond the cold, hard statistics that often define it. We must delve deeper, seeking a more profound understanding. See the faces etched with hardship, hear the stories whispered from the sidewalks. These are not just numbers, they are lives. Take Michael, for example, a skilled mechanic for 30 years, a man who took pride in his work. He lost his home, his livelihood, after a debilitating back injury left him unable to work. Now he sleeps at a bus stop, exposed to the elements. People look at you like you're invisible, like you don't even exist, he says, his voice filled with a quiet pain. I'm not garbage. I'm a person. I just had bad luck. Then there's Jessica, just 22 years old. She aged out of the foster care system, a system that was supposed to protect her. She works tirelessly at a coffee shop, earning minimum wage, but it's simply not enough to afford rent in the city. She moves between crowded shelters, clinging to her dreams of attending college and building a better future for herself. But for now, survival, finding a safe place to sleep each night, comes first. And what about the family of 4 who lost their home after a devastating medical emergency drained their savings? They now live in a cramped minivan, parking near the local library so their children can do their homework and maintain some semblance of normalcy. They live in constant fear of losing each other, of the family unit fracturing under the immense pressure. I just want to keep my kids safe, to provide for them, the mother says, her eyes filled with worry. Is that too much to ask in this world? These heartbreaking stories play out thousands of times daily, not just in one city, but across the vast landscape of America. They reveal deep-seated flaws in the very systems that are meant to support people. The healthcare system, the foster care system, the minimum wage that traps people in poverty. Homelessness is not simply about individual failings or personal shortcomings. It's a stark reflection of a society that has failed to provide a safety net strong enough to catch those who are most vulnerable. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, there's an undeniable resilience and a flicker of hope in every story. People cling to their dignity, to their sense of self-worth, and to the unwavering hope for something better, for a brighter tomorrow. Their stories are not separate from us, they are intrinsically linked to our own. Their struggles reflect the challenges we all face as a community. Each person is so much more than their current circumstance, more than the label of homeless. These are powerful stories of survival against all odds, not just cold, impersonal statistics on a page. They serve as a potent reminder of our shared humanity, of the bonds that connect us all. The homelessness crisis is deeply personal, not some abstract concept to be debated in distant halls of power. Listen closely to their stories, and you'll undoubtedly see a reflection of yourself, your own vulnerabilities, in their struggles. Their enduring hope, their unwavering belief in a better future, is a powerful call for change, a call we must all answer. Why is homelessness getting worse? The answer is complex. The biggest factor: a severe lack of affordable housing. Rents rise faster than wages. Even full-time workers can't afford a modest apartment. The gap between income and housing costs is a chasm. Many live paycheck to paycheck with no savings or safety net. One unexpected event, a car repair, illness, lost hours, can trigger homelessness. Mental health and addiction are major drivers. Our care systems are underfunded and fragmented. People with severe needs end up on the streets, trapped in cycles of crisis. The streets have become the new asylums, a massive failure of care. The problem feels overwhelming, leading to societal paralysis. We become numb, accepting homelessness as normal. But this is not inevitable. Human systems created this crisis. Human systems can solve it. It takes will, resources, and belief in a better way. The crisis is solvable, if we choose to act. Amid the crisis, there are sparks of hope. Cities and communities are innovating, refusing to accept the status quo. Houston's Housing First approach gives people homes, then support, proving more effective and less costly. Grassroots efforts offer mobile showers, community fridges, and job interview clothing. These small acts restore dignity and remind people they're not forgotten. Cities are building tiny home villages and converting hotels into supportive housing. These solutions are faster, cheaper, and offer stability. The most powerful advocates are those who've experienced homelessness themselves. They build trust, inspire hope, and show recovery is possible. Their stories prove no one is beyond hope. Compassion and creativity are making a difference. Change is happening, one person, one act at a time. The human spirit is resilient and solutions are within reach. Travel changes you, but the most valuable souvenir is a new perspective. The line between us and them is thinner than we think. Anyone can face homelessness after a job loss, health crisis, or family tragedy. We all need safety, dignity, connection, and a place to call home. When you see someone on the street, see the person, not just the circumstance. Empathy is about connection, not pity. Make eye contact, offer a smile, say hello. Small gestures affirm worth in a world that often ignores the homeless. This is a human issue, a test of our character as a society. America's wealth should not coexist with mass homelessness. The contradiction should move us to action. Solutions begin in the human heart, with the decision to care. Each of us can make a difference. The journey to end homelessness starts with empathy. See the humanity in everyone you meet. That's where real change begins. Your trip ends, but your journey doesn't have to. Let what you saw on the streets be a catalyst, not just a memory. Be part of the solution. Start in your own community. Support shelters, food banks, and outreach teams. Volunteer, donate, or give what you can. Every act matters. Talk about what you've seen. Keep the conversation alive. Challenge stigma. Advocate for affordable housing and better services. Your voice and your vote matter. The journey to end homelessness is long, but it's one we must take together. Carry home a commitment to justice and compassion. Build a world where everyone has a safe place to live. Don't just be a traveler. Be a witness, a neighbor, an advocate. Your journey starts now. Subscribe to hope. Subscribe to caring.